What's up, gang? Welcome back to Janique TV. My name is Janique, and I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in today. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but the Lord brought you to my video, so I'm so appreciative for that. Before we go ahead and get started, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. After you do that, go ahead and click the notification bell. That way you don't miss an episode of what I'm doing here. Today, I want to talk about not doing people how they do you, okay? And when I say people, I mean family members, lovers, haters, anybody. You don't want to repay evil for evil. I know how hard it can be when somebody does something to antagonize you purposely because they want you to come out of character and they want people to view you a certain way. So they do these things to try to make you react. And then when you react, they try to hide their hand and act like they didn't do anything. And we all know that's not true, right? So I want you to be mindful of the things that people do to you, the things that people say to you, the times that people try you, and the times where you're like, I should do this back to them. Okay, be mindful of those moments because those moments are so pivotal to your growth and to your future. Because at the end of the day, you reap what you sow. So if you're out here sowing seeds of negativity, if you're out here sowing seeds of doubt in other people, if you're out here sowing seeds of confusion in other people, if you're out here sowing seeds of recklessness, if you're out here sowing seeds of recklessness, if you're out here hating on people, if you're out here judging people, if you're out here spreading gossip about people, if you're out here spreading lies about people, if you're out here being manipulative to people, if you're out here sowing seeds like that, bad seeds, then you will reap bad things, okay? So you don't want to be a part of that person's karma, okay? You don't want to reap the same thing they're going to be reaping, because the Lord will see somebody do something to you. He'll make a note of it. That way he knows what's going to happen later to them. He'll make sure he repays them for what they've done. But say you go back and you try to get revenge on that person. You know what happens? The Lord is like, why should I take revenge on them? Why should I do what I planned for them if you're going to go ahead and just take matters into your own hands? That's not how it works or how it should work. You know, a lot of people, of course, everybody seeks revenge. I can't say that I've never seeked revenge before, but now I'm at a space in my life where I'm not going to do anything to you. Anything I do to you cannot be worse than what the Lord is going to do to you. The Lord is going to fight my battles for me, and I have to be confident and trust in that. That way I don't bring any karma on myself that is bad. I don't bring any kind of reaping on myself that is going to hinder who I want to be in the future. Okay, so I want to go ahead and go into a little story time, right? A lot of people think blood is thicker than water, but it's not, okay? I have a family member who I have done so much for throughout our lives, but I had to come to a conclusion that this person doesn't really like me. You know what I'm saying? And it's a hard pill to swallow when a family member doesn't like you. You're like, we're supposed to be blood. Like, what's up? But the way I grew up, I didn't grow up, you know, in a supportive, loving home, a home where everybody was getting along with each other and I had a big family. I've always wanted that, but I didn't have that growing up. That just wasn't a part of my life yet. I do see that happening for me in the future, God willing, but that wasn't what I experienced growing up. That's not what made me who I am. What made me who I am is not having that, you know what I'm saying? So I can speak from experience. So I have a family member who I want to talk. I'll go back a little bit. Last year, I got into some trouble, right? I fell into something, but I recognized that the Lord does things in your life so you can recognize who you have around you and who you are doing stuff for, right? Because there are people in your life that if they ask you for something, you'll go do it for them immediately. You'll drop everything for it. You'll drop everything for them. You'll go ahead and give your last to this person, but you don't ever think about, would they do that for you? Would they give you their last? Would they sit right there and sacrifice for you? Because that's real love. Sacrifice. Okay? So the people in your life, would they do that for you? Right? So let me go back to this family member. This family member, I was venting to them about what was going on with me, right? And that family member had told me that they were going to be helping me out, right? I'm like, okay. So when they offered, I'm almost shocked because this family member has ran off on me for phone bills before. This family member, one time I didn't have a car. This was so long ago, but I didn't have a car. One time this family member came to pick me up and literally told me like, I don't have time to do this for you. I can't do this for you again. Like, and I took this family member so many places in my life, like when they didn't have a car. So you see how when the tables turn, they don't really be for you like you were there for them. You know what I'm saying? So this family member shocked me when they said they were going to help me out. But I'm like, okay, maybe we're turning over a new leaf. So I'm like, okay, I'll appreciate. Thank you, God. I appreciate the help or whatever like that. So when the time came for the help to be given, this person said, my bad, I can't help you. I'm not going to do that. So I'm like, okay, no problem, because at the end of the day, God will allow people to not help you. He will not soften their heart towards you for a reason, so you can see who they truly are. And an example of this in the Bible is when Moses went to Pharaoh to be released and for him to let his people go, the Israelites. And Pharaoh's hearts, and God kept hardening Pharaoh's heart so he wouldn't be soft to Moses and he wouldn't be considerate of what Moses was asking him and let the people go. It was all to show Moses God's glory. At the end of the day, it's all for your good. You know, what's going to happen is going to happen regardless of people saying no. People can say no to you 1,000,000 times, and what is for you will still be for you even though they said no. Okay, so yeah, God didn't want to use them to give it to you because at the end of the day, he saw that in the future they're going to be throwing it in your face, and he wanted you to avoid that kind of embarrassment, to avoid that heartache. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to make sure you didn't have to go through that moment, so he didn't allow them to help you, right? So when that person didn't help me, I'm like, okay, cool, I got to get it another way. It's nothing, you know what I'm saying? It's life. When one thing don't happen, you got to keep it moving. You can't sit right there and be like, oh my God, oh my God, you're not gonna do it for me. No, you cannot be like that. You have to immediately pivot and know that something better is gonna come along for it. Okay, God, I didn't get this, but something big is about to happen. I just know it. So I'm just cool on it. So this person immediately stopped calling me, stopped texting me, right? Where they were calling me, texting me, venting to me 24/7 at one point, and then they had just totally cut communication. So that's how you know somebody really is ashamed of what they did, or they know that they know that they tried it. They know that, you know, they are being cute, and they know that they are being funny because people like to see you down bad, I'm telling you. So they won't help you because they want to see you down. They're like, nah, I'm enjoying this. I'm not gonna help you out. I'm enjoying this too much. So so this family member, about a week went by, maybe 2 weeks, and they finally sent me a text message like, I'm sorry that I said I will help you and that I didn't do it. So God must have been on, I don't know what happened. They must have been on their, I'm trying to stop cursing. They must have been on there behind about it. So when I got that text, I was like, you know what, Lord, you're funny. You know what I'm saying? Like for getting to send me this text. But I'm like, because I didn't feel no type of way anyway, because, okay, God didn't want to use you to help me. Cool. He's telling me something about you. He's showing me who you really are, because I would do it for you. So now I know I can't do it for you. I got to totally get it out of my mind because I've done so many things for you and you literally never helped me anytime I needed. So I got to get it out of my mind that I need to be helping you. So after the person texts me, I'm like, okay, you know, it's no problem. Don't even think about it. Like, just, it's cool. Like, we good. This family member, you know, still stopped calling me, still stopped texting me, you know what I'm saying? And then probably a month after that, they hit me up with some mess, like trying to be messy, like wanting to start something. And I'm like, yo, if nothing else, like, don't you have anything better to do than carry around mess? Like, I'm not interested in that. That's just not a part of what I have going on. I have so many things that are important to me, right? Mess is not one of them. I'm not a messy person. I haven't been messy since 2018. Okay, period. And even in 2018, I was messy for a purpose. God had me doing that for a reason. I'm going to get into that story in another video. But that one, y'all, it's going to blow your socks off. That story is going to blow your socks off back. But when this person texts me with the mess, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and block you. You feel me? Like, I'm going to go ahead and just cut my ties because you only text me when you need something or need to vent to me. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, you want to talk to me about some gossip, like some mess, like, you know what I'm saying, that you know is not true. Like, it's like the devil will use people and they don't even realize that they're being used. That's the sad part. So I blocked their number, right? When I blocked their number, it's just a number. It was a couple months ago. It's just a number. At the end of the day, it's just me blocking you for a moment because I don't want to see your response, and I unblocked them a couple days later because I don't care what you have to say back to me. Because you started some mess with me. Like, you trying to start something and I'm having a great day. I mean, a great day. Okay, so then fast forward to a couple days ago, right? A couple days ago, I get let's fast forward to last week. Last week, I go out of town, so I get back on Instagram, right? I get back on Instagram and notice this family member had unfollowed me, which is fine. That's your preference. If you don't want to follow me, that's cool. I'm good with that. But then, right, I see one of my friends post this family member. They're out to lunch with them. I'm like, a friend that I had been friends with since middle school, who knows this family member who I introduced to them or whatever, right? So they never had no type of relationship. So this is really random. It's really out of the blue for me. So when I saw that, I thought that was so weird. And my immediate reaction was to hit my friend up and let her know, like, this is weird. They're weird and they're being calculated, and despite what people think, people are not as stupid as they may seem, okay? So when somebody goes and hangs out with your friends, okay, after you fall out with them, if you want to tell me that's not purposeful, that's not something that they're doing intentionally, like, you can't convince me of that. So my first reaction was really to blank. Like, I'm like, yo, you're being corny. Like, you want my attention so bad, or you want to be a part of what I got going on so bad, my life, so bad that you are going to go hang out with my friend. That's weird. Like, I don't even understand that. So I heard God. God said, don't do that. Don't do it. He said, do not reach out to them. Stop. Immediately. Do not do that. So I stopped. I'm like, why? He's like, that's what they want you to do. That's what they want you to do. I'm over here like, God, you are right. I had my homegirl come over to my house right after that, and here go God. God will use anybody to get a message to you, for real. Here she go. I think I tell her the story, just a little snippet of it. She's like, I think that family member is jealous of you. That family member has dated guys you've dated before. You know what I'm saying? That family member normally tries to go behind your back and hang out with your friends. Why do they want to be you? That's weird, right? I don't understand that, but I want you to know you're not tripping. I'm like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, because I really have to impress in people's minds that people always want to get a reaction out of you. That's all they want, is a little bit of your energy. That's all they want, even if it's bad, even if it's negative, even if the interaction is not the interaction they would love from you, because really what they want is your love, but they can't get it from you. So what they do, they'll take the hate. They don't care. So you have to be mindful of giving people your energy when they don't deserve it. Okay. You have to be mindful that people want to see you angry. People want to see you upset and out of character. People want to ruin your day. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be mindful of that. Even family members. Okay. Blood is not thicker than water. I don't care what nobody says. Okay. At the end of the day, you have to come to terms with a person not liking you. Just because of your family, it doesn't mean they like you. They don't have to. How many times does somebody give you their behind the kiss before you be like, you know what, this person does not like me? It took me years, so I can understand where you're coming from with it if you feel like that about a family member too. But you just have to be mindful of people's actions, and you have to take into consideration why they do the things that they do. I don't try to look at the action itself. I try to look at, why did this person do that? Why is this person sitting at lunch with one of my friends, one of my good friends for years, and my friend, she's innocent. She doesn't know that me and that family member are not talking, because I don't carry around news. I don't have to tell anybody I'm not talking to you, because in my head, I'm like, this is my family. One day we're going to be cool again, right? So I don't have to sit right here and tell everybody I'm not cool with this person. I'm not cool with this person. I'm not talking to this person right now. I don't have to do that, because you never know what's going to happen. So I make it a point to not talk about people that I fall out with. I just try to leave it alone and see what the relationship is going to do. And you should too, but just don't talk about people after you fall out with them, because you look crazy when y'all get back cool. And then everybody around you who you talk that mess to, they like, wasn't you talking about that person? Like, I'm not understanding. At least that's how I am. I'm like, why was you talking about them? You with them. I don't even understand that. That's weird. So for me, my friend is innocent. I still haven't said anything to her because she's innocent. And I don't want to give any attention to this person who I clearly have cut out already. And they want my attention so bad. They still want to be a piece of my, they want to be a part of my life so bad that they will go hang out with my friends just to get a conversation going. Like that for me was so weird. And this person doesn't live in my town. So this person is from out of town. They came to town and hung out with my friends. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm like, I say all this to say, don't do people how they do you. Right? Don't repay evil for evil. When people are being malicious, when people are being cute, when people want to try it, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people may think that this story, I'm not even going to think that, because if you think that, you need to get off my video. I'm not even gonna give power to that thought. You have to be mindful of what thoughts you think, because every thought does not deserve power. Like, some thoughts you need to just let pass. That was a passing thought for me. But it's so important to not repay people. Don't do people how they do you, because they can never handle it. They can't handle the things that they do to you. They could never handle it if you did it to them. Okay? They could never handle it. That's why you didn't do it. That's why you chose a different route and were good to them. That's why you chose a different route and you chose to help them out when they needed. Be there for them. That's why you did that, because they could not handle the same thing you could handle. God thinks you are stronger than that person. Okay, that's why he puts you to different things, and that's why he makes you take different routes, and everything ultimately works out for your good, I assure you. So I want to go into a scripture. Okay. I want to go into a scripture. Okay, and I want to go to Genesis chapter 50, verse 15. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, he said, "What if Joseph holds a grudge against us and pays us back for all the wrongs we did to him?" So they sent word to Joseph saying, "Your father left these instructions before he died. This is what you are to say to Joseph. I ask you to forgive your brothers the sins and the wrongs they committed in treating you so badly. Now please forgive the sins of the servants of the God your father." When their message came to Joseph, Joseph wept. His brothers then came and threw themselves down before him. "We are your slaves," they said. But Joseph said to them, "Don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So then don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children." And he reassured them and spoke kindly to them. I felt that verse in my spirit, Lord, because at the end of the day, when you kill somebody with kindness after they do something dirty to you, it irritates their soul that you want stoop down to their level. But why would I stoop to your level? I'm above you. You know, and not that I think I'm better than anybody, but you have to put yourself on a pedestal. I'm not going to stoop down and get into drama or get into an argument or ruin my day over somebody who I do not even have a relationship with. And you have to think the same way. So when somebody tries you, think to yourself immediately, is this going to contribute to anything I got going on? If it takes away from what you got going on, you should not even enter in. If it takes away from what you have going on, you shouldn't even engage with it. You have to think to yourself, is this action I'm about to take, talking to this person or saying these things to this person or seeking revenge on this person, is this going to get me any closer to my dreams and my goals? Right? You have to think about things like that, because I'm telling you, God will work everything out for your good. No matter what happened, right? Joseph literally said, "Am I in the place of God?" You know why he said that? Because you're supposed to let God handle your enemies. Okay, pray for them. And he tells you to pray for your enemies because what he's going to do to them is so bad. It's going to take them to places they've never been before, right? And your prayer could help him maybe give them a little mercy. Things are still going to happen, but it won't be as bad, right? And you can let them know, "Look, I prayed for you." They be thinking about that like, "Damn, I just went through this, but you prayed for me." Yeah, it could have been worse if I didn't do that for you. You feel me? So pray for your enemies. You're not in the place of God. Let God judge people. Okay, don't do it for them. Let God judge people's actions. You don't got to do it. Just when something happens to you, just be like, "You know what? Cool." Just brush it off. It's literally, and you have to repeatedly do things like that. Brush it off in order for it to be you. Like I'm telling you, when God told me to stop and not to react and respond to what I saw my family member doing, this is a thing that I have been practicing for probably 2 years now. Like, I try not to even say anything back to people. Like, I try not to engage in it because I know you want my energy. At the end of the day, good or bad, you don't care how you get my energy or my attention, right? Energy, attention. You don't care how you get it, right? Good or bad, you want it. That's all that matters. Like, "Oh, Janique replied back to me. Janique said this to me today." You'll be telling people that story for weeks. I don't have time for that. So he said, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done." People think that they're doing stuff to you and they're stopping what you got going on. That's the cute part. People think they're stopping your show. They think they're stopping what you got going on, the road you're on, your journey. People think when they do things to you that you are going to fall on the floor and give up. That's what they want you to do. Okay, but you can't do that. Okay, because God is going to use it for your good to accomplish whatever is being done. The saving of many lives. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm saving your life. I'm letting you know. I'm saving your life. I'm letting you know that you don't have to repay evil for evil. Repay evil with good. Okay? Kill them with kindness. And totally remove them from your life. Totally pull back your energy from that person. That right there alone is going to hurt them way more than anything else you could do to them. Okay? People hate when you don't give them attention. People hate when they can't be a part of what you got going on. See, people who I used to mess with all the time, people who I used to rock with that did me dirty, now they have to watch me on Janique TV. They don't know what's going on in my life, right? They don't know what's happening at all because I have built this type of circle that I have right now that nothing can get in and nothing can get out. So they have to literally wait for me to give the information to the public before they can make an assumption or take that and run with it to other people. Like, oh, Janique doing this, Janique doing that. Because people really are waiting on you. I'm telling you, these people who you left behind are waiting by the phone. Just waiting on you to forget who you are, right? To get to a place that's so low that you have to call them. And that's the sad part, but it'll never happen because God said it won't happen. God says he knows the plans that he has for your life, okay? Plans to give you a hope and a future, okay? Not plans to keep you down. He doesn't plan to keep you at your enemy's feet or anything like that. Your enemies are going to be at your feet when it's all said and done. So I hope you got the message that I was trying to give today, okay? When people do you wrong, do them. When people try you, let it go. Just let it go. At the end of the day, give God your battles. That's what God wants you to do anyway. He wants you to give everything to him. Pray for those people. Pray for those people who do certain things to you. Because prayer works. At the end of the day, they praying against you. You have to combat it somehow. But the good thing about this is your enemies doesn't... The good thing about this is half the time your enemies don't believe in the same thing you believe in. And I believe in the Most High God. So I know my prayer is going to trump whatever they're talking about. Period, point blank. Okay? So I hope you received this message today. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Also comment. Let me know something that really stuck out to you in this video. Especially if you're watching this long. You know, dap you up virtually. You know what I'm saying? Before you go, make sure you subscribe, okay? Make sure you also turn on that notification bell. I don't want you to miss an episode of what I'm doing here. I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.